CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Joe Burrow and LSU have put Alabama's 31-game home winning streak and playoff hopes in jeopardy, pouring it on before halftime with our score 33-13 here in Tuscaloosa. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Geico Halftime Report. Adam Zucker alongside Rick Neuheisel and Brian Jones. And for Alabama fans, this has to feel a lot like the national championship game against Clemson, the way this is happening.
Well, this performance by Joe Burrow in the first half is off the charts. I mean, he is a special player. I said he looked like Brady. He's playing like Brady.
Tom Brady.
Absolutely. Watch him. Watch how comfortable he is here early. He gets Jamar Chase's boundary receiver. Here's a perfect throw over the outside shoulder. Absolutely. Now he goes to Mr. Inside. There's Justin Jefferson working the middle of the field. You get another boundary throw. He sees no eyes by the defender. He throws back shoulder and chases in the end zone. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This guy 18 of 20 right now. 252, 3 touchdowns. And by the way, guys, 31 yards rushing also. Right. Just throw that in there.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be easy peasy for Tua Tagovailoa, that opening drive for Alabama. They're just rolling on down the field, and then Tua, inexplicably, well, actually he had some pressure on it. That was the key. Put some pressure on him. Dave Aranda wanted to dial up pressure, test that ankle out, and they did that. If they didn't sack him, they definitely put some hits on him, and they got interception here. At the end of the half, a big interception that led to a touchdown. And then the aforementioned miscue. Tua looks as though he's going to pick up a first down here in the red zone of LSU, loses the football, and then you have another miscue by Alabama. The punter not able to hold on to the snap, and a mixed extra point after Alabama answers with a huge touchdown score, a pass to Devontae Smith.
From 16-13 to 33-13, where's the Tide go from here right now?
Well, they've got to go in there and play more Alabama-like football. Remember, they're 78-4 in this place, and that didn't look like Alabama and certainly didn't look like a Nick Saban team. I expect a rejuvenated and a blistered Alabama team to come back out here and give a great accounting of themselves.
And that's all fine and good, but I expect LSU to come back out here and try to put their foot on Alabama's throat. 8 years of angst they're holding on to, and they want to alleviate that here in the second half.
Yeah, 14 yards of completion. Sounds like the foot's on the throat here before halftime already. A reminder, the Home Depot SEC on CBS continues next Saturday with a doubleheader. Number 10, Florida and Missouri kick things off at noon Eastern, followed by number 6, Georgia, and number 11, Auburn, the Deep South's oldest rivalry. And as for the Gators today, back home for the first time in 5 weeks. BJ looking to go to 8-2.
Yeah, they're talking about a bad taste in your mouth after getting drubbed by your arch rival last week, Georgia. It was Trevon Grimes and Kyle Trask getting it to Mr. Grimes, who goes 66 for the touchdown. Biggest shutout win over an SEC team since 1966, 65-0 against Kentucky back then.
Wow, best passing day by a Gator, by the way, since Tim Tebow's final game as Kyle Trask dices it up. A couple interceptions there as well. Of course, Florida still chasing Georgia after falling to them in Jacksonville. The Dogs with Missouri tonight. They win out. They can knock off Auburn, too, but also end up facing the winner here today, most likely. When the Geico Halftime Report continues, we'll tell you about a top 4 team already going down earlier today. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Dos Equis, The Home Depot, Chick-fil-A, and by Wheels Up. LSU's rising up all right. We welcome you back to the Geico Halftime Report. A reminder right now over on CBS Sports Network. It's UConn and number 20 Cincinnati, and then it's Utah State visiting Fresno State as we get back to the scores and highlights from around the country here with our highlight blitz. Number 4 Penn State against Minnesota, the other meeting of 8-0 teams, and it goes to the Gophers.
Sean Clifford here is intercepted in the end zone by Jordan Howden, and the celebration begins.
Look at this.
The Governor's victory bell. P.J. Fleck in the locker room doing exactly what I wish I was doing. How much fun
Not hanging out with us?
No, I'm loving it right here.
They are 9-0 for the first time since 1904, and James Franklin now 1-7 on the road against ranked teams in his time at Penn State. An amazing performance by the Gophers today in the maroon out. All right, here's your number one team in the CFP. Ohio State dominating Maryland.
Justin Fields doing what he does, passing to KJ Hill for the touchdown. 50-point game this season for the Buckeyes. They've just scored at least 34 points in every game this year.
Yeah, he was done by halftime, 73-14. This all without Chase Young being held out of action because of an NCAA issue over a loan from a family friend.
They didn't need him.
He can get back out there, but a dominating performance. Meanwhile, Baylor trying to stay undefeated. They had lost their last 4 to TCU. This is triple overtime.
Max Duggan here throwing into the end zone. The pass is picked off by Braylon Arnold. The Baylor dream lives on. A second overtime win this year. The Bears are 9-0.
9-0. It was all field goals in regulation, including a 51-yarder by John Mayers from Baylor with 36 seconds left. Just cleared the crossbar to tie the game at 9. Now, with Minnesota winning, they are way up in the Big Ten West. Iowa and Wisconsin still have to face them, so they're trying to keep pace, BJ.
Yeah, they are. Danny Davis right here with the rush. Not Jonathan Taylor. First rush TD of his career.
How about that? 14-6. Badgers on top. Jonathan Taylor already over 100 yards there. A reminder, the NFL on CBS kicks off tomorrow with regional action. Most will see the Chiefs and Titans. It all gets started at noon Eastern with the NFL today. Here it's LSU on top by 20. Thank you for watching the Geico Halftime Report. Coming up, the second half of LSU and Alabama.
Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.